like that canvas micarta. Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a TRC Knives rendition. Now, listen, there to the right, I posted some specs. If you want to pause the video and blow that up, it gives a little write out and gives the specs they give. JR always sends me that. I'm going to give you the measurements I took, but I thought you might want to check out what they had on there. Now, this is a knife that was sent to me by JR. TRC, I don't have a lot of exposure to. I know they're a Lithuanian company, and we've done a few of their knives, 2 or 3. Love their stuff. And here's a way that you can tell I love it, because it's on the channel. I say this every now and then, and it's not to be rude or an ass, just to be truthful. I don't have knives on the channel I don't like. Life's too short for that. I already got a job that I enjoy, but it's a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to make this one. So, like TRC, like what they're doing, but I love this damn knife. This is a knife that you start messing with, and time gets away from you. Now, a lot of y'all have noticed I've added the apple peeling in, and this knife did incredibly well. Also, when you peel apples every day, you get a little better at it anyway, or you tend to. Most people do. I don't know that I do. That's because I bought a couple bags of apples, and then I bought another bag, and Kirk's like, would you please cut up some of these damn apples, because I'll leave them at his house. I said, sure. So that's the apple peeling thing. Plus, it gives us a little food prep. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm going to ask you to bear with me through the coughing, man. I apologize. I'm coming down with something. Let's jump into it. I'm probably not going to talk all the way through this video. Many of you are saying hallelujah. But let me give you the specs of, this is the TRC M-1SL. It's in M390 steel. We have a Rockwell of 60 to 61 HRC. The blade thickness is 3/16. The overall length is 9 5/8. The blade length is 4 3/4 inches. Cutting edge is 4.5. Blade width at its widest point, some people call that the height, is 1.25 inches. The handle length is 4 7/8 with the inner grip, which that's the most important measurement to me, because if you can't hold it, if you can't use it, it's worthless, right? Is 4 1/8. And the vast majority of folks on this planet are going to be able to handle this knife. It'll fit their hand. The vast majority. A triple X hand, maybe not, but up to a double X, certainly. I believe the handle scales are the black canvas micarta, which I like a lot. It has an apocalyptic finish to it. Let's watch us cut this double jacketed fire hose.
Damn thing's impressive, man.
Yep.
That was good.
That wasn't bad at all.
No, man, that's crazy. Crazy.
All right, guys. we watched a little more than the double jacketed fire hose, but here's the thing. I had a coffin fit, one, and two, this segment's a little longer, but I had everything kind of ready. Let me explain something to y'all real quick. I start off cutting paper, and then I try to go immediately to not testing, but I cut a lot of different mediums, typically in some kind of progressive order from easiest to hardest, or I try to. We're adding sandblast hose, we're adding double jacketed fire hose, ratchet straps, all that, and I do that for several reasons. One, to show you the sharpness of the knife, obviously. But two, as the mediums get a little more difficult, they're also different shapes, different sizes. So for me, it's also a way to feel flow, if that makes sense. Like flowing from one medium to the other. How many times do I have to change my hand grip? Is it comfortable, etc.? Stabbing, we're not checking penetration. If it's got a sharp tip, and this one does, it'll stab. I can't stress that enough, but I like to see if your hand slides any. And trust me, I'm not going all out. I'm not going berserker mode on it. I just want to see if it'll hold my hand, and it does. TRC, I believe there's the South Pole and there's a couple more. What I've noticed from them is their quality across the board is right there. I mean, it's 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and that's only based on 3 or 4 knives, but they have been very, very consistent. I don't listen to everybody bitch and complain. Life's too short for that. So I don't know if there is. I'm not saying there is, but my thing with them is they have been able to be consistent, and at least with the knives I've seen, they're fit and finish. Like I just said before I got distracted, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Their sharpness is always good. Handles are comfortable. I asked Kurt to do this little section too, and you can always tell when Kurt likes a knife because he'll be in the video. A lot of times he'll just stand there and put his 2 cents in and look judgmental at me. But you know when he jumps in, he likes the knife. This would make a great belt knife, a great camping knife, but I really feel like it would make a damn good combat utility knife, in that you can use it for so many different applications. Yes, there is the stabbing aspect of it. Yes, there is the cutting aspect of it. But it's so comfortable in hand, and they made it to where it's so easy to manipulate that combat utility, hiking, camping, hunting. I believe this is JR's car knife, if I'm not mistaken. Now, it's already in the mail. It's already back to him. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous knife. That apocalyptic finish, to me, is just dope. I really like that. I like that drop point. I like that they did kind of a toothier edge on it. You see where it rides there. It rides really, really nice. Nylon belt loop. Now, I believe it's Kydex sheath with a nylon belt loop. Here, we're just doing stabbing. It's more of the same, guys. It's seeing if my hand slips, seeing what the comfort level is, that kind of thing. I'm gonna let you watch a little bit more, and I'll join you back in just a second. A couple of quick things to look at, though. How many times I have to adjust my hand? Do I have to adjust my hand? How easy does it sail through the materials now? We're 3/4 of the way in. So check out a couple things, and then I'll get back with you in a bit.
All right. sir.
All right. So again, the knife is super easy to handle. Really get, I say this to y'all a lot, and here's the real reason, guys. When you do as many videos as I've had, I have to fight not to go into cruise control mode, but I've also come to the realization, and we're in another little jump again, where we're adding subscribers. A lot of folks come in off shorts, and then they'll check the long forms out. So if you're new here, I am redundant. I do say things over and over, but you might not have heard it the first time. I don't baton a whole lot. Now, there's caveats to that. First caveat is this. I live in Northeast Florida. The humidity is like Satan's asshole, man. I mean, it's just, we always have high humidity. So if the wood is inundated with water, and it typically is, sometimes I will take baton down to some smaller pieces, get to the inside of the wood, feather stick a little bit, and go from there. If you don't, you're just kind of pissing up wind, especially in Northeast Florida. And if you live in a high humidity area, you know the gist. Now, this thing threw sparks like crazy. My fire was in and out. It was in and out, but it threw sparks really, really well. It did light up, but I thought, man, we need to move on. This was a segment that I stood out there, and you can see I left some of it in just to show you how well it throws sparks. And you're like, Scab, I got that 5 minutes ago. But I wanted y'all to see this thing does throw a lot of sparks, and I am committed to the bit once I start. Would I carry it? Yeah, I got to add a TRC in my collection, man. I don't have one. I love their work. I will have one, good Lord willing. Guys, listen, this part's important to me. There was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are all over the place. The weekends, holidays, which we're headed into the holidays, the number's a lot higher. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, you have a place here. I back the blue. It's not a popular thing. I've never really cared about being popular. I have my reasons. I'm not arguing with anyone about it for any reason. It's just something I believe in. Finally, if you are an addict, and Lord knows I am, never quit quitting. JR, brother, much love. Appreciate you a lot. I'm Scab. You're not. And we